Good morning and welcome to the driveway and welcome back to my Nissan Frontier, a truck that I built to do some off-roading and have yet to go off-roading, and lots of people in the comments seem to imply that it was bad at it. So our aim in this video is to find out, but there's two things I have to do first. Well, one of them I have to do, one of them I want to do. The first one is, I've got to have a front recovery point. When I got this truck, it had an RV tow bar installed on the front, which, for some reason in the process of installing that, they removed the factory tow hook, so now there is no front recovery points whatsoever on this truck. I also removed the sway bar, which would have been a convenient recovery point, because I'm real smart like that. However, it does flex more, so it's, you know, priorities. The other thing is the locker doesn't work. One of the big advantages of the Pro 4X is it has a locking rear differential. However, mine does not do the locking part, probably because it's never been used. So we're going to pop the rear diff cover off and have us a little look-see, and hopefully a little fresh lube and some exercise will get that working again. First, we got to get the bolts out to mount the hook, which is hopefully on its way. A friend of mine, since I work a normal job, I'm at work during hours when LKQ is open. So my buddy Ed went and keistered me a new, old hook, and he snapped both bolts in the process of getting it off the truck in the junkyard. So hopefully I do not have that problem, because if I break some bolts, I'm having a bad time. And this truck's from Virginia, not Kansas. So is the Virginia truck rustier than the Kansas truck? Let's find out. So one of this truck's biggest advantages over the Toyota Tacoma is its fully boxed frame. So instead of being C-channel, it is fully enclosed. However, one of the disadvantages of that is when you've got to bolt something into it, it goes into a weld nut on the other side, and those weld nuts sometimes like to break, and then your bolt just spins and you can't get it out. So yeah. Well, anyway, we're at the back of the truck now. Guess I'll take this fill plug out just to make sure that it comes out okay, and take this diff cover off. I've never been in a truck differential or any kind of rear differential before, so should be interesting. This rear axle is the same thing that's used in Jeep Wranglers, except it uses something different for setting. I think it uses crush sleeves instead of crush sleeves instead of shims. So you can't, if you take the carrier out on a Jeep, you can just take the shim stack out and put the shim stack back in, and your mesh will be the same. On these, they're one-time use crush sleeves, and you take it apart, you got to get new crush sleeves, you got to set your mesh up from scratch, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So in here, the reason why that's relevant is there is an actuator slash sensor, easy for me to say, and it's all in one doobly-doo, and that is what actuates the locker. And I'm hoping that it is not bad, because the way that it interfaces with the carrier, you have to remove the carrier to get the sensor slash actuator out. So hopefully it doesn't. I mean, if it comes to that, this is just going back together with new fluid and I'm not touching any of it. But hopefully we're able to take that cover off, give it a little wiggle, and it'll actuate. And then we'll be happy. But judging by how the stuff went to the front end of the truck, I don't have high hopes that things are going to go my way. Okay, so I think that is our actuator. Let's go see if we can make it do something. Okay, it's flashing. So I think it should be trying to activate, even though it's in too high and also not on. No, enough to know what that signifies. So, cool thing we can do, I can hit the clutch start cancel and then just reach in and start the truck without having to hop in and hit the clutch. So the diff is unlocked. So if we lock it, okay, locker button is hit, diff lock is flashing. Okay, so then has it moved any? Oh, there it moved. Okay, we are locked. What's our light say? Still flashing for some reason. That's strange. It looks pretty damn locked. I'm gonna go unlock it and see what happens. I heard it click. Pretty damn fully engaged. The light is still flashing. So I think she's a little jammed up. Not 100% sure what to do about it. We'll see what I can figure out. Alright, I think I got it now. Okay, are we all the way unlocked now? Let's see. We are. So I think I'm gonna spray some PV Blaster in there to just break up any gunk that's gotten in there from non-use. And then I'm just gonna keep running that locker back and forth. And I mean, these things can be a little persnickety, even brand new, but I think we pretty much got it at that point. Clean diff flange, and that broke off, so that's getting zip ties. So now we just need to go get some goop, clean that off, and throw the whole shebang back together. And do something about the front toe point, because I don't want to go off-roading without a front toe point, because I don't know what I'm doing. Wow. Wow. Am I holding it correctly? That tab thing goes at the top. Ah, do the flip. Yeah. Do the flip. The flip with the body. Okay, that's been drying for like a day. I've got some gear oil from the pot stove, and I've got a transfer pump that's too big to fit into my bottle, so that's great. I'm sure this will be fun. Here we go. Hey there, YouTube. What's up? Back at it again at Krispy Kreme. Also just realized I can just use the... I can just squirt it in there, can't I? Maybe. Might work. Oh yeah, that's doable. I just need to cut the tips off. Just the tips. which means I need to go put the transfer pump away because I don't need it. And I also need a 3/4 drive ratchet to put the drain plug back in. I suppose that's a fill plug, actually. Oh yeah, and I need zip ties maybe? I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. Welcome back to Tuttle Creek. Last time I was here was in a Ford economy car. You might remember that. Didn't go so well. Now I'm back in a real truck, which I'm just learning has tire pressure sensors. I actually did not realize that. But now I actually have 4-wheel drive and lockers, and I'm aired down to, we're starting at 14 PSI. And we'll see if we have any luck here. Leading the pack's Potter in his Rubicon 392 on 37s. I am significantly less capable than that. Then I got a few others. We got WJ, a couple Wranglers, and then behind me, an XJ, and a 2-door Wrangler.
There's a real huge ledge.
This is a pretty tough obstacle. A little more speed if you can. Alright, now go, 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 keep going, don't give up. There you go, buddy. Now you can go back a hair. Now turn hard left and just 3-point it out of there, but you can't go back a whole lot further. Yeah! See what he did to the rock?
Yeah, he fucking annihilated it. Annihilated the rock!
Holy crap. I think this is like a $100 Harbor Freight toolkit, and I kind of just keep one in every car. And it's coming in handy.
I might have one in there, but it's all strapped into my box and stuff. I didn't want to get in that.
We're doing trail clearance.
It's trying to reject its body. It's telling me to go home and get the Sawzall out.
These flares aren't enough. We must cut metal. Duck.
So that yeah, you can try that. You can back. You can try backing all the way down.
am pretty impressed with this so far. Not only is this more capable than the Ranger was, especially with how deep the transfer case is, it's letting me be a lot more graceful. And of course, I've had to use the locker a couple times. I just got stuck on a ledge had 3 wheels spinning, but because I was able to lock the rear, the one tire that still had traction, I was able to bump it with the clutch and get the truck over the obstacle. We thought we were gonna have to winch me back off of it and find another way around, but instead, we're down here doing this. What this is, I'm not sure. It looks like I'm gonna hate off-camber rollover stuff. Yeehaw. One thing with this truck though is the turning radius is terrible, as are most pickup trucks, especially 4-wheel drive ones, and it's long, but it is a crew cab pickup, so you know, you do what you can. One thing that is surprising me is how much of a problem I'm not having with it being a stick. I thought for sure my knee would be all kinds of pissed off by now, but I'm actually doing all right. Am I gonna even fit through this?
You're good on this side.
I'm good on that side. I don't know if I whacked the GoPro or not. This 4 low is actually so deep that I'm having to go into 4 low in 2nd gear a couple times to keep up with the Jeeps, because their automatic can just kind of do whatever. I love this slow crawling through the forest stuff though, mostly because it's in the shade. That part is nice. GoPro check. Still there. Going back down the ledge I just came up, it smelled quite a bit of clutch in here after I did that. And okay, I'm unlocked going down because I need to be able to make this turn. Oh god, I hope I can make this turn. Step down. There's going to be a lot of very uncomfortable noises here shortly. We are sliding on the frame. I'm real glad I didn't get a full size like a Titan or something, because we were sneaking through the trees earlier and it was a little uncomfortable. And this thing's there's been a lot of uncomfortable sounding noises from trees and whatnot. However, once we put the windows up and we've got the AC on, it's as a nice experience off-road as it is on-road. I don't know if I mentioned, but I did bump up the idle from like 650 to 850, which results in a smoother idle for one, but also I'm yet again just feet off. Engine almost died there. But I'm letting the idle control and the electronic throttle body just kind of glide us through here. This thing's so much better than the Ranger. Functional AC and a functional crawl ratio are just game changers. Doing a 6-point turn in the woods in a mud puddle right now because we are lost. The XJ is getting warm, we are getting hungry, and we don't remember the way out. That is sloppy. remember what these tires are. That smells like actual poo-poo.
Yeah.
And I heard there was oh yeah, trailer wiring has been deleted. Problem for later. The back bumper is well, I guess I have a decent excuse for a fabricated rear bumper now.
Yeah.
That is not doing it. Billy just remembered that he has Onyx, so I guess we have a way up now. Apparently just up here is the ledges, and then we can find our way from there. Our savior. I thought for sure he was gonna hit that tree.
I thought he was gonna do it too. I didn't know what he...
Hey, now. There you go. Keep coming like that. Okay, now you can go full driver and back out. This is why we don't follow me.
Done. My clutch smells terrible, and we know where we are now, but the way that we would normally get back to the entrance is flooded out, so we have to go back up these shelves, and we just tried real hard, and this didn't do the one over there, so now we're going to try this one, and this is kind of our last hope of the truck driving itself back out of here. So we'll see how this goes.
All right, let me move.
Oh, he's not.
Why didn't you go that way the first time?
Well, there was a Ford Wrangler that went up that earlier, like a JL, and he spun his nuts off, so I was kind of down about that whole endeavor, but Frontier just did it. I'm astonished and exhausted, and I have a headache, and my truck reeks of clutch. So I think we are going to pick our way out of here and go get dinner. And after airing back up and a quick stint on the highway, and we'll see how much stuff I broke. I don't hear a whole lot of new noises. There does seem to be some play in the steering that might not have been there before, but we'll find out. In the meantime, recirculate. Hi. Delightful. Time for the post-mortem. As with any off-road excursion, things are getting a little broken. In this case, I'll play the clip right now where all of this happened. Yep, you heard it too. We kind of folded up and smashed this off, and of course in the Frontier owners group, there are plenty of people willing to sympathize with this particular issue. Fortunately, Jeff Bezos sent me this thing here. I'm gonna just kind of work it into the back bumper right there. It's got both hot and cold flavors of trailer hookup, just like a modern truck, which is great. As much as I like the 10 pin, my trailer is not a 10 pin. And then it's got the standard GM derived little wiring harness, so just combine those there. It's got a bracket, but I'm not gonna use the bracket. I'm just gonna use this as a template for the hole I'm gonna cut. That can happen later. I'm not too pressed about that. Until then, it can have a little dangly ball sack as a treat. Though, this bumper, the trim panel came off, revealing a lot of Virginia happening, so this whole bumper might just go away. It would be really neat if, and let me look at, boy go zoomy zoom fast. It'd be really neat if I could like remount this whole tow bar so that the hitch receiver was up here and then build a new fabricated bumper off of it and move the license plate over to the right like a Ford Maverick, and then just get all this departure angle from moving all of this stuff up and out of the way. I don't know how much I trust my welding to make a new trailer hitch, since I'm going to be pulling my boat with this and maybe car trailers every now and then. However, if I am pulling car trailers, it's going to be Daniel's car trailers, so maybe Daniel helps me weld up a new bumper for this, because he'd have some buy-in, and also he has a 220 volt welder that is, and it'd be a good excuse for him to finally hook up and use his 220 volt welder that's been sitting here. Beyond that, mild trail rash on this side of the truck. As you can see, the paint is no longer perfect like it once was. Not that it ever was. I backed into a tree at one point. This side of the truck, however, we've got oof. Oh boy, do we have some trail rash. Goodness gracious. And then the front end is just, yeah. Tuttle's kind of a nightmare, as it turns out. My body is 4 inches wider than a Jeep Wrangler, and so is my truck. So I just kind of end up in every tree on the like on the driver's side. My mirror would be this far away from a tree, and this side would just be in a bush. So pretty unavoidable. I think a lot of this will probably buff out. I can't feel that with my fingernail, so I could probably fix a lot of this. And I mean, the headlights are kind of totaled, but those are going away anyway, because I mean, what the hell is even that? And the light output is trash, so I'm going to refurbish my factory ones and put them back in. When I take this bumper off, I've considered a bumper cut. A lot of people do kind of a diagonal slash cut right through here. Gets you a lot more clearance for tire and whatnot, and kind of helps with the approach angle a little bit. Of course, there's also fully fabricated bumpers. This is the least common of the factory bumpers. It's the one-piece plastic bumper. A lot of them had a this fake dividing line is a real dividing line. So the other thing people do is they get the bumper that's just this upper part and put that on there, and then get a fabricated lower bumper. I don't know. I'd like winch mounting things, but let's move to under the truck, because I'm really curious. With all the fun noises this made, note to self, insert fun noises here. I'm sure there's going to be something to see underneath this truck, and that's what I'm really curious about, because the alignment, the steering wheel is now off a little bit, and I can feel the engine a lot. I think the motor mounts have completely collapsed, and I'm curious what knocked my alignment out, so let's take a look. Well, looks like I just nope, it's dented in a few places. There's no vibrations, so that's kind of astonishing. Oh man. Yeah, you'll get that on these big jobs. I do know I absolutely walloped the yoke on something, but I don't see any damage to it either.
Look at the bottom of the rear end.
The diff, yeah. Where?
There's Tuttle Creek ledge on it.
There is. There are bits of Tuttle Creek. I didn't hit these at all. They make armor bits for this, but I don't know if they make armor bits for any of this stuff that's just hanging out here.
Man, that's kind of rough.
Yeah. The only thing you do about that is bigger tires. Muffler. Cool. Dented but not broke. Actively trying to leave the truck. This looks like, I mean, it's already like Swiss cheese with rust, so who's really to say? Definitely took a hit there though. Back here, the spare tire got out okay. It looks like I just mostly hit this. Gosh, this bracket almost looks like the whole thing could just be flipped upside down, but it gets just a little too wide here to fit between the frame rails. Oh yeah, we lost a mud flap on this side. Probably just gonna take all those off, because who needs them, realistically? moving forward. Yep. Yep. Nothing on. Oh yeah, I had a rattle. I'm sure that's the fact that none of these heat shields are attached in any way whatsoever. That one's good. That one's on there at least. We've got some mud. We didn't grind off any bolt heads, it looks like. Oh, that's AC drippage. We've got the universe's squeakiest shock fork. I really wish I had paint penned these eccentrics before we went. That way I could tell if they moved or not. Looks like we... Yeah, so I feel like that is probably why my alignment is less than stellar at the moment. It looks a lot worse when I put my flashlight on it. Yes. Yeah, like around the eccentrics, like it moved. Yes. I was also hoping there'd be a tell.
I don't see anything.
Yeah. I mean, this might just,
That was a hard hit.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be shaped like that?
I'm gonna go with no, because look at this.
Yeah.
That is... Okay, put me down for one lower.
Do you feel engine vibrations now because this is contacting, the motor's touching the body now? I wonder if we need to pull the skid plate, separate that, maybe the motor mounts will feel okay again. The pan is stouter than the skid plate.
Yeah, the motor mount is moving a lot when you do that. I don't doubt that this is definitely contributing to my problem, but given that the motor mounts are a known weak point on these, I think I just order new ones. And an aftermarket skid plate. Holy Hey, hang on, let me get my flashlight out real quick. Watch the motor mount when you do that. Oh my god, it inverted.
It sounded like it just separated it, kind of.
Yeah, probably. I don't know what that is.
Well, we have clearance again here, I believe.
Parts list is getting built out. I think I might want a slightly more substantial skid plate, except now this has moved, so fitting one will be a pain. I'm not sure if this cross member is bent or not. I can't wait for all the comments telling me how shitty Nissans are because I slammed the crap out of one on a rock. I don't think this is trash. I think this just needs an alignment. What else? New motor mounts. I didn't look at the rock sliders. Let's look at the rock sliders. We have... Ooh. Yep. All right, I chamfered the edge of the rock sliders all the way. Not so much on this side, but on this side we have... Yep. Not much powder coating left at this point. Ooh. That, I know. That happened right after I put the GoPro on this side, I guarantee it.
Despite them only being mounted to the body, they did fantastic.
Yeah, like it actually dented that ridiculously thick metal here, and then I kind of got up into the cab a bit back here. Oh yeah. That's fun. Other side's fine. And then this isn't vibrating, so I think this is good for now, but I wish there was like a kit or something to like angle the pinion up a bit. I don't know how that would work. I assume a custom drive shaft with like a double cardan in the front and then an angle kit back here. That's what you said your X-Ray has, right? Double card in the front, normal U-joint in the back. Yeah, and then I mean that would be a full custom drive shaft and stuff, just for something I can avoid by wheeling better.
That's done on XJs though, because the drive shaft gets... There's not enough length for a long enough drive shaft to get the angles right. So you go to a double cardan so that you don't have to U-joint bound in the front.
Okay. Lack of length is not my issue here,
Yeah.
as it turns out. Very, very rare. And then back here. Stay tuned. I have no idea. That is just wheeling, though. I guess if you broke stuff, you know, you wheeled hard enough. I know people are gonna say, "Oh, the Jeep wouldn't have broke," but if I had a Jeep, I would have just wheeled harder, and then I would have broke stuff on the Jeep. So.
Well, my Jeep got hot all day, so.
Yeah, but we were very close to neither of our vehicles being in a position to drive back, and we only had one trailer.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll go order some parts. Ooh, a souvenir. It disappeared. Thanks for watching.